going on here? All right. I love the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands, because this is, you know, the least serious court card in the entire tarot. This is someone who's excitable. Let's go have some fun. And I always ask, whenever the Page of, or the Princess of Wands comes up, is when was the last time you had some fun? When was the last time you had some fun? I feel like this is advice for you. Now, of course, all the cards are advice, but if you want success, now the King of Pentacles is successful, traditional, committed, hardworking, reliable, dependable, right? Shows up, gets it done, self-made man. He's all about his finances and his practical stability and security. Pentacles can relate to jobs, relationships, homes, savings, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Investments. That's the King of Pentacles. But it almost feels like, you know, have you been taking yourself and the situation too seriously? Because that's not how you go about, you know, being abundant. And abundance can be anything. I mean, I know I said practical security and stability, but whatever that means for you, it's general, right? So take it as you will. Because with this card, it's about, you know, sometimes we can do this. We can apply ourselves, work hard. But where's the fun in it? And we're not going to, if we're not enjoying it, we're not enjoying our experience. And it's one of the reasons that I do what I do, is I do it the way I want to do it, because then I enjoy it. I don't have a should. And I will say this, Aries, last time I talked about, you know, how I read and how the messages come through, and I honor the messages and I honor my energy. And still, it was on the Aries one, people were telling me, well, you should do this. Spend 30 minutes on this reading, 15 minutes on that. It's like, well, no. That's not being true to myself. And it kind of feels like some of you have been doing that to yourself. Have you been kind of hemming yourself in? Like, I'm committed, I need to do it this way. Whereas you're kind of excitable inner child, Page of Wands, is like, this is not fun. You know. Now, the whole point of that is not, we don't need things to be fun for the sake of it. It's because this is the inspiration. That is the muse. That is how we create. I saw a post once by someone, and they were talking about how, you know, it's seen as people that are playful and funny and just silly and stuff. They get put down and said, you need to be more serious. But those are the people that come up with amazing new games and apps and music and, you know, all the things that we enjoy. But that we wouldn't have those things if those people didn't connect to their childlike energy of wonder and excitement. And it kind of feels like that's what's going on here. Now, I will say this, whenever I see a king and a page or a princess here, this can relate to age difference or differences in experience. It doesn't have to be literally an age difference. So bear that in mind as an underlying energy. I like to, if I see it, I say it when it comes to the generals. And that's the whole point here, because you've got the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is something that I just always think, what the hell happened when a fire sign gets the Four of Pentacles? So the Four of Pentacles, it might be literally for you that you don't have anything left to give this situation. But, you know, he doesn't have this problem. So is it push-pull? Let's look at it. Whatever's at the heart of the reading, it's what the focus is on, what we want more of. This is the miser. He doesn't have anything else. He only has Four Pentacles. So he's holding on to what he has. This is the comfort zone. He can't risk what he has because, you know, that's all he has. And he knows what's of value to him. Now that's important. So for some, if we're looking at literally from a place of, I don't have any money, or I'm not earning enough, or, you know, that kind of energy, then you might be considering doing things that, yeah, could make you successful. But trust me on this, you will go further and have more if you have that right, the muse. Yeah, you can bring all the commitment, all the whatever to a situation, but you will achieve more if your passion is in it, if you have that creative urge to do something. That will get you at this, because the Four of Pentacles is nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Now, what makes me, like, you've got the Fool here. So you've already taken some kind of a leap of faith or risk. That's what this says. You've already taken something that was risky. And I'm sorry to say it, for some of you, and it's not prediction, it's happened. So you'll know if it's happened for you. You did it and it didn't amount to much, which can happen, right? There's no guarantees. It's always a risk. But that's the whole point here. Some of you haven't taken that leap yet. because the new beginning's coming in here with the Ace of Cups. And it's like, yeah, you know, I've been standing on that cliff waiting to see, do I take a risk? But it still feels risky. It still makes you feel vulnerable. So have a look at this. If these two work together, think about it. This would be the creative muse. That's like, oh my God, it'd be so great if we open this shop, or if we, you know, it's flirty text messages. It's not serious stuff. That's what the Page of Wands is, not serious. But yeah, if you came up with something that was that spark of intuition, or that magical kind of, you know, that creative genius with the Page of Wands came up. This guy's going to know what to do with it. King of Pentacles. He's like, well, I know how to monetize that. I know how to commit to that. I know how to make that work. That would be amazing if it works together. So it doesn't have to be either or. But I get the sense, Aries, that you're kind of stood there. And it's been a bit of a weird Aries season. So I completely understand. You know, I think I said this last time. It wasn't even real Aries season at first. It felt like bloody Pisces season dressed as Aries season, right? So I get it if it's thrown you off a little bit. And one of the things that I love about all of the fire signs, not just you guys, but is that ability to go charging in, to just go and do it. But something is stuck there around that, because it's going to cost you something. You know, it involves a risk. There are no guarantees. And unfortunately, no reading will ever give you a guarantee in anything. Even when you have a guarantee, signed guarantee, people break those contracts all the time, right? So it's not about that. That's why I think it's crucial for this energy. Does it ignite your fire? Do you want to do it? Would you do this anyway? Win, lose or draw? If the answer is no, then that's fine. But the Four of Pentacles says nothing changes unless you go make yourself vulnerable or risk your security and your stability in some way. That's a big ask. So if you guys can't, then fine. Fine, right? But at least own it. It's about owning it. This doesn't come in to taunt you and say, go do it. It's telling you what the risks are. And you know that because you've been stood up there for a while. Those of you that haven't already taken that leap. Now, what is the whole leap? What does it lead to? Well, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. I kind of feel like you've been very practical with that Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. And he never does this. I said that, right? He never does this because he always has plenty, because he can create more. He won't ever not risk his stuff. But if you're completely honest with yourself, that's what you feel like you're risking, is your emotions. But you can, let's just say this. For some of you, if this is a relationship reading for you, I think it's been fun. I think it's been flirty. I think there's been a spark here, passion, but it's time to either commit to it or let it go. And it's a leap of faith. And I feel like it's been kind of lingering for a while, but it doesn't just have to be that. It might be the idea for that job. It might be the idea for that project. It's been going on too long, Aries. It's almost like it's either let's go for it, let's just take that leap, or let's just not. And the deciding factor for you is going to be this. Do you see the potential for emotional happiness in this situation? Don't worry about the bottom line. Don't worry about the commitment. Don't worry about any of that. What is in your cup right now? How do you feel right now? Don't worry about guarantees. Don't worry about where it's going. Does it make you happy right now? There's your answer. That's the yes or no that you're looking for those of you that are looking for a yes or no. Aces are always the potentials for new beginnings. And, you know, if this is an existing situation that's been stuck, this is where, you know, you can get new energy, fresh energy into this by rededicate. Like, no, I love this. This is what I want. I truly love this. That will get you off this. Get you out of this kind of comfort zone. Because this is, I don't have enough. No. I'm going to hold on to what I have. But you can't have more. And you do want more, right? You want more. Those of you that do. Those of you that don't. Good job. You know, so with the Ace of Cups here, yeah, it's telling you, look at what's in your cup. Because that's what gets matched. You know, self-worth, self-care, love for yourself, spiritual abundance, emotional growth. All of those things are here in that cup. And it takes courage for you to take your cup out there. Because you have strength coming up. You will have the courage. You are courageous. At your core, you are courageous. You're the warriors. Mars is your ruler. The planet of war. I'm not saying go to war. But, you know, you innately have that courage to go forward. But the thing with you is that, does it work for you? That's what's kind of missing ingredient here is. Not what it's going to cost you, not the risk, and that, be safe and you'll know what to do with that. But it's asking you to shift your focus to what would make you happy, what fills your cup, because that's what gives you strength and courage. And this is all inner strength, inner courage, endurance. I'm ready to go for it. And look at the advice. The advice is the Lovers. This is telling you your heart already knows what it wants. It's about getting your head on board. I kind of tell, sometimes people, some of the signs, some of the messages that come through, people can get carried away, right? It's all about the dream, the illusion, the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Cups, all of that stuff, that there's no reality to it. And yet I'm sat here doing a reading for Aries, telling you guys, hey, you're being very practical in this situation. But when we do that, it's to keep ourselves safe. And if you're coming up as the King of Pentacles, there is absolutely nothing this man can't do. There's nothing he can't do. He is success. If you had a dictionary, his face would be there as he's successful. If he sees the value in it, he's going to make it work. He's going to show up every day and make it work. And that's with anything in life. It never comes in fully presented, fully ready. And the example I always use is the oak tree. If you want an oak tree, one of those massive, I love trees, so one of those massive oak trees it's been there for hundreds of years, right? It's not going to just show up like that on your doorstep. It shows up as the seed. You have to cultivate it and grow it and put the effort in. But, the effort comes in because you enjoy that. You enjoy putting that in. You enjoy doing what you're doing. You enjoy this person, this career, this job, this situation, whatever it is. It fills your cup. And you have that abundance, that emotional abundance to give to it. That will give you courage to do this. And to go for what you love. The Lovers can be a long distance relationship. It can be where we love something. It's the illusion of distance. If I don't have it in front of me, that's earth energy. If it's not in front of me, then it doesn't exist. Then I don't have it. I need possession of this thing. But how can you take possession of it if you're holding on to your own security, stability? The Four of Pentacles, right? It's a risk. It's always been a risk. And it is going to be a risk. But that's the part. Is it exciting? Do you like the idea of doing that? This is one of those readings where it can definitely go yes or no. Because those of you that say yes, you're going to go one way. The other ones that say no, then, cool. There's no right or wrong answers. It's being aware of what works for you. Why are you stood there on there? Or if you took the risk, why did you take the risk? All of it. It's either a win or it's a lesson learned. So that you can go on to have a win, right? I read this thing the other day where it was said something like the difference between a novice, a beginner, and a master is that the master has failed more times and the novice hasn't had a chance yet, hasn't tried doing anything. The beginner hasn't tried to do that. So it's okay. You'll still get something out of it. Let's get you some clarifiers here. But I love this. With the Lovers, it's saying, own what your heart wants. Ace of Cups. What's in your cup? How do you feel? That's the missing ingredient. Because that's going to give you the courage to go for it. Why is the Lovers? Actually, you know what? I haven't done this, and I didn't want to clarify too much for the weeklies, but I want to see why. All right. Bloody hell. There we go. Four of Pentacles. There we go. What has power over you? What's holding you back? That is what's holding you back. But why, right? And I want you to look at this. I think why do I get the sense I've done this before for Aries? But have a look at these two. They're two sides of the same coin. Two sides of the same coin. The Lovers is number 6. The Devil is number 15. Both add up to a 6. So there's two sides of the same coin. And that is the Lovers that are bound there. So this is what's holding me back. This can be a toxic connection. Something that it doesn't serve us. We know it doesn't. It's easier. It's tempting. Now, for those of you in romantic, you can pair it in so many different ways. I'll give you a couple of scenarios. For some of you, there's a whole flirty kind of low-key shit going on. And it can be deep and committed and loving. But someone's afraid to kind of do that. Or for other people, you think it's this. You might have come out of this before. a relationship like this. But this is love. And if there's love there, that's what's good for you. Do you love it? Because then you owe it to your heart to go for it, to take the risk for it, right? Now, if this is jobs and stuff, it's almost like, no, this is safer. I've got nothing left to risk for this. I'm going to stay bound. Or this could even be staying in a shitty job that pays that. At least you get money out of it. But it's not. It's killing that creative urge in you. How many bloody pages do you want of princesses in this deck? Now, first of all, when you get 3 of anything, and we've got 3 princesses or pages here, we have the Wands, Princess of Pentacles, and Princess of Cups. So the one missing is, you got it, Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords is about clearing up misunderstandings, communication, brutal truths. But this is this was very internal for you, Aries. It's you figuring out what excites me. What do I love? What do I want to nurture? What emotion do I want to nurture in myself? And then this one's been coming out all over the place. I kind of feel like it's telling all of us, let's just go, even if we just take one step, even if we only have a little to offer, even if we just put down money on the domain name or, you know, the deposit on that thing, it's something little and it's saying we can do that. What are we willing to do then? What details are we willing to look at? The thing with the princesses or the pages is they're very similar to the aces. And so this is the beginnings. We are at the beginning of something. What you do here, it's everything. And some of you are thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do it. But the point is getting started. Does it make you happy? There's almost like an overall star feeling of this. It's the hope that comes from it. How it fills your cup. That's key to everything. The courage and the strength comes in afterwards. It's not so much that you're afraid. I mean, we haven't got 8 of Swords. We haven't got any of these cards here. It's the reasons. What is your reason? What is your motive for doing this? And it's very clearly telling you, do it because it fills your cup. It's enough to say, because I want to. Why are you doing this? Because I want to. Because it feels good. Right, you guys got 2. First of all, we got blessed. I love this card. This is a blessing. And it's almost like, take that one step. Please, Aries, just take that one step. This is an illusion of being stuck, of the comfort zone, of the boundaries, of the whatever. You can take, you know, because it feels good. That's enough of a reason. There's a blessing kind of waiting here. This is amazing energy around the bottom. And you've got the fates. And this is kind of like that. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, then let it go, right? But we can't just hang around, kind of look. It's that sense of, I'm holding onto my pentacles. I'm not going to give anything, but I'm still staring at this thing thinking, should I? What's holding me back? That's what the Fate says. And I love this card. It's basically the meaning of the Fates card is the serenity prayer. You know, God, source, spirit, the universe, whatever you believe in, higher self, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, it says wisdom to know the difference. Does it fill your cup? That's where the wisdom comes from, your cup, how it makes you feel. I get it. Not everything is worth pursuing. Not everything is worth pursuing. But then we either need to like cross it off our list or tick the box and go for it, right? Dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. See, and that is the devil, this material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but your first, the primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on earth, where we all agreed to play. Today, trust your spidey sense, read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for we are right here and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. And it is invisible. He looks at what is. The Four of Pentacles is holding on to what is. Pentacles is always things we can see, feel, and touch. But how do you define that spark within us, that passion, that excitement? How do you define the emotions that fill our cup, that, you know, we feel that potential no matter what the results show us? We're like, no, I know I can do it. How do you define that? You can't, right? You just trust in it. And to trust in those things is to trust in yourself, Aries. That's where you look to your inner strength.